time because we are competing with load shedding, which then affects our network. I will then request Mr. Sakaza to take us through the roll call.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning to our members of the committee. Chair, we have the following members for your labor. We've got Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Dunjwa, got Honorable Makubela, Honorable Kuma, Honorable Dabe, Honorable Volmarans, Honorable Bagram, Honorable Nobo, Honorable Kondo, Honorable Jenner, and Honorable Nonsen. And I see Honorable Kado is also joining now. And then Chair from the staff, support staff, we've got myself, Koshia, Kumsini, so far, Chair. Thank you very much, Honor.
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Sakaza. There is my face. I'm going to switch it off because I don't want the challenge of the network. We will then, can you please flout our agenda. I'm of the understanding that all of us received a draft report of the first quarter. Mr. Sakaza.
Yes, Chair, I'm trying to get to the what's this now? Notice. Let me just get it from notice 8 March. How come it's not show all?
It's not showing.
I'm trying to get to it, Chair. Oh, there it is. Okay. It is, Chair. Is it showing now?
Is our draft agenda is the consideration and the adoption of the minutes of the first 15, 2nd, and the 1st of March, and then it will be then the consideration of our draft report on the first quarterly report 2020-2023 of the and its entities. Can you then quickly take us through first item?
The draft quarterly report first, Chair.
Yes.
Okay, Chair. Let me get to it.
Because I don't want that. But for that, can I establish from members that all of us did receive the quarterly report on time, which was 4th of March. Okay. By the looks, it means that all of us have received it on time. Can you move the document? That is point, that's the introduction. Then point 2 will be the performance per program. 1.3. Okay. Okay. All right. Now we are on what is really key for us, which is then our observations. I will then, if members do want to make comments on 5.1, our observations in terms of the Department of Employment and Labor. 5.1, any comments? And 5.2 on CCAA.
There's a head of Honorable Ndabe, Chair.
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't seen it. Honorable Mbabe, sorry for that.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning to you and the honorable members present in the platform. Chair, I'm not sure whether it's my report or maybe it's an omission throughout. There seemed to be an omission of the UIF a report into this whole report, unless I'm mistaken. But I've tried to go through more than once and I couldn't find a report of the UIF. Thanks, Chair.
Yes, UIF didn't present, didn't come because they are still. Remember that they requested through the office of the Speaker not to submit, and because they were still behind in terms of their audit, which is UIF and compensation fund. And in consulting, I was then advised that if they have not submitted and make a presentation in the last year, in terms of that they are behind on their audits, it won't be correct. I'm just checking the correct word, because they are still behind. What is it that they are going to be presenting? Because they are still dealing with their finances. So that's why they both entities then didn't come make a presentation of their first quarter. I am the understanding that was that did make that comment or inform the committee when the department was to come to us for this presentation.
Thank you, Chair, for clarity. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm clarified. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. We are on 5.3. Which is productivity SA. Now we are on 6. You will indicate to me, Mr. Sakaza, if there is hand, because I'm using the same budget. So I'm unable to see the hands. Okay, you can move to, then these are our recommendations. I want to, before, yeah, okay, let's deal with the recommendations. Then I will put to the committee what I am recommending for the committee to consider. 6.1, that is what we are saying in terms of the recruitment. Then 6.2, CCMA. Then 6.3. And then 6.4. I want to, if there are any comments, I don't see any hands. Honorable Nkondo dropped a chat saying that she has got a problem of connectivity. She's in and out. I want to make in fact, it should appear on both our observations and also on our recommendations. Obviously, I don't want to say it would be something as a broken record, but we are seriously concerned about the non-presentation of both these entities, which is compensation fund and UIF, and that is the observation. And on recommendation that we recommend the ministry to update us. How far are they? So that we don't. How far are the preparations? What is the status now? So that as we move on, we are not shocked only when we are told by the Office of the Auditor General, because it's our responsibility to ensure that they comply. We know the challenges that they're having, but it does not mean that we are to just fold our arms and rely on that. We have got that responsibility of ensuring that they are then doing the work that they are supposed to do. As that is part of the oversight. I want to make those and thank you, Comrade Mdabe, because the issue of compensation fund and UIF, it's always on our, it's a red flag, and that it's a red flag. It doesn't mean that we won't reflect on issues that we want to reflect, even if it's on clarities, because it means that we are seriously concerned about their status. That would be my recommendation to the committee to consider.
Chair, my hand is up.
Honorable Nontsele.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. Chair, I in full agreement with what you have said, because I think it would be amiss for us not to make a concrete statement with regard to the failure by the department to meet its targets, notwithstanding the limitations or reasons forwarded. And perhaps it would be proper for us to have that formal statement that deplores the failure to meet targets, and also to direct that the ministry should in fact take steps to ensure that the targets are met, and that the obstacles as outlined in the various areas are in fact expeditiously dealt with, so that the reports starting from Q2 and further upwards are in fact in line with the targets, or meeting with the targets as outlined in terms of the overall departmental plan for the financial year. So I support your proposal, Chair, that we in fact make that insertion on our recommendations. Thank you, Chair.
Can I get a Mkondo?
Thanks, Chair. Good morning to you, Chair.
Good morning.
Yes, Chair, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Morning,
we
Chair.
can. Yes.
Okay, Chair. Good morning to you, honorable members. I don't know who else is here, Chair. I've been in and out of the meeting, and I'm sorry for that. Chair, I agree with your proposal and the additions made by Honorable Nontsele. But Chair, above the whatever recovery plan or that the department has to present to us, we Chair, I think it's high time that we demand that if the plans put the plan set to correct whatever in the department, there must be consequence management if that is not achieved. Because, Chair, I think we are creating an environment where the department will come to us as a committee and say, we are going to do 1, 2, 3. They fail, and they come to tell us why they failed. Now they must tell us if they fail in the future, then what should be how are those consequences going to be managed? Because we can't sit with a department that is always coming to us to tell us that they have failed, they will correct, they have failed, they will correct, but we don't see the corrections. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, members. Is there any contrary view on the proposal, on the recommendation? Because there's a mover and a second. If none, can we then get a formal mover of our report?
Sibusiso Mtabe, Chair.
Honorable Mtabe.
Thank you, Chair. I move that I formally move for the adoption of the report with the amendments.
Thank you. Can we get a second?
Honorable Nontsele.
Honorable Nontsele, yes.
Thank you, Chair. I formally second the motion moved by Honorable Mtabe. So I move, Chair. Thank you. With amendments. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Any contrary view? None. Thank you very much. Can you then, Mr. Sakaza?
Yes, Chair, I'm getting to the ones of yes.
Anutabang,
1st of February, Chair.
Okay. Those are the minutes of the 1st of February. Thank you. In the absence of any comments, can we get a formal mover?
Yes, Chair. Honorable Nontsele.
Yes, Honorable Nontsele.
Honorable, I, Matis Nontsele, Honorable Matis Nontsele, formally move for the adoption of the minutes of the meeting held on the, excuse me, on the 15th of February.
1st February.
1st February, yes. Sorry. I'm paging the 15th Yes, sorry for that. 1st of February, so I move.
Thank you. Mr. Sakaza,
Second, Chair.
oh, sorry. Can we get a formal second?
Thank you, Chairperson, Honorable Zuma. Good morning, Chairperson, honorable members. I, Honorable Sibongile Zuma, I formally second Honorable Nonsele with the draft minutes of the 1st of February. Thank you.
Thank you. The
15
next
February,
lot,
Chair. 15 February.
February. Yes. Briefing by Dell on the 2022-2023 first quarter performance. All right. There is the attendance register.
Oh, sorry, Chair.
Okay, those there are the minutes of the 15th of February.
Smusi
Any
Somtabe, Chair.
comments? Honorable
Ponen
Mdabe.
Makubele. Oh,
Honorable Mdabe.
Chair, I formally move for the adoption of the minutes of the 15th of February, 2023.
Thank you. Second, Honorable Makubele.
Chairperson, I Ponani Makubele second the adoption of the minutes of the 15th February 2022.
Thank you. The next lot. John Cowgill.
No, Chair. Nothing they share. 22nd February, Chair.
22nd February, briefing by the Department of Employment and Labor on the analysis, implications, and impact of the presidential summit 2023. There are the attendance. Thank you. Any comments, corrections? In the sense of that, may we get a formal mover?
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Nonsel.
Thank you, Chair. I, Mngadi Nontsele, formally move for the adoption of the minutes of the 22nd of February 2023. So I move, Chair.
And the second,
Thank you, Chairperson. I, Sibongile Zuma, I formally second Honorable Nontsele with the draft minutes of the 22nd of February. I thank you.
thank you. The last one is the 1st of March. Second, Zulan.
Yes, Chair, and I'm trying to get to it. Here is it, 1st of March. Chair. 1st of March, Chair.
Thank you. Briefing the Department of Labor on an update with regards to the filling of vacant posts, the attendance register. Okay. Thank you. Can we, if any comments, corrections, additions? If none, can we get a final mover?
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Nontsele.
Thank you, Chair. I, Mngadi Nontsele, formally move for the adoption of the minutes of the meeting held on the 1st of March 2023. So I move, Chair.
Thank you. Can we get a seconder?
Chairperson, I, Sibongile Zuma, I formally second Honorable Nontsele with the draft minutes of the 1st of March. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Members. And having done that, I'm going to accord Honorable, Ms. Ndabe to take us through in terms of the logistical preparations for our study tour. Who are those that have confirmed, and what is then expected of us from now? The reason for that I wanted to do that was that is her responsibility. She is the one who is who is assisting, or who has got it's within her scope. I nearly said scope of practice. It's within her work that she's going to take us through all those. And the reason that I want her to do that is because remember that we've got challenges of network. At times people are not found on time. At times people don't receive the emails. They receive emails very late. We don't want any delays, because if there are delays on some of the things that are very important, it may create a problem for our study. So, Ms. Deben, I'm handing over to you. Who has confirmed what is then expected of us from now until you inform the office of the chair if any challenges. So I'm handing over to you.
Thank you, Chairperson. Oh, yes, Chair, I'm here. Thank you, Chairperson, and good morning to all members. Firstly, Chairperson, the logistic arrangements for the study tour to Kenya is underway. And I have just a few important information that I need to communicate to the members with regards to the health requirements for Kenya. One being that if you are not fully vaccinated, then a member needs to be in possession of a valid PCR test, which should be done 72 hours before travel. And also at all times, members need to have their vaccination certificates with them. And secondly, another important vaccination that needs to be done is the yellow fever vaccination, and it is required to be done 10 days before departure. And looking at the planned departure date, which is the March 25, then the vaccination needs to be done on the 15th of March, which is next Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. And also what is important as well, Chair, is that 2 days before travel, members need to go on the website, which the link I'm going to share, in order to be cleared for boarding, where they need to upload their vaccination certificates. And yes, and as well, when they're traveling, they need to have printed and digital copies and the confirmation from that website. That information I will continuously share with the members. And for that reason, Chair, if it's fine with members and yourself, I would suggest that we have a WhatsApp group, which will make it easy to share information and also send reminders. Because I wanted to remind members when they need to do all these things before departure, just to make sure that everyone gets the information. I'm not sure if that's okay with you, Chair.
No, it's fine. Who have confirmed before we go to the proposal? Members that have confirmed.
Have 8 members, Chair, that have confirmed, which is yourself, Chair. And I also have Mr. Nonzele, and I also have Ms. Makubele, Ms. Zuma, Mr. Volmarans, Ms. Mkonto, Ms. Denner, as well as Mr. Ngobo. Those are the 8 members that have confirmed, Chair. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. There's a proposal, because I don't want to just, there's a proposal that she then creates a WhatsApp group, yes, for all of us to travel. Are you fine with that, members?
Honorable Chair.
Nonzele?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Firstly, let's thank Koshia for the report and the update. And maybe perhaps propose, Chair, that the office, your office, which is basically includes Koshia as a coordinator, that it should be given the authority to communicate with us as and when there is a necessity, so that we don't have to wait for a meeting to give authority. So meaning that the establishment of the WhatsApp platform and all the necessary steps related to the preparation should in fact be inclusive to this authority, so that we don't have to always come back and forth unless there are areas of urgency that need the committee to formally take a decision. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any comments?
Chair.
I think Honorable Dana.
Thank you, Chair. Sorry, I couldn't find my hand quick enough. I just want to confirm with regards to the vaccination certificate, does that include the booster shots or only the 2 initial vaccinations?
You
Thank
mean in
you.
terms of,
Yeah.
sorry, you mean in terms of COVID?
Yes, Chair.
Oh, okay. The other thing that I would like Ms. Dabeni to explain so that members are not taken by surprise, because that's what she reflected to me, is that you may be asked to pay for your, what's this? For your yellow
For the
fever vaccination.
Yes, Chair.
Yes. And if you pay, you must keep your proof of payment so that Parliament refunds you. Am I correct? You correct that. Okay,
Yes,
what you, Ms. Dabe?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. That is correct, Chair, because the travel clinic is only here in Cape Town that Parliament uses. So if members are in different provinces, they are requested to do the vaccination at their cost and then submit a claim for Parliament to refund for all the tests that they're going to do, including the COVID test if a member is not fully vaccinated. And also coming to the question by Ms. Denner, it doesn't specify, so I assume it's just the initial 2 vaccines. It just says if you're fully vaccinated, but it doesn't specify if the boosters are also included in that explanation. Thank you, Chair. And also, Chair, just a reminder to the members, there's the travel insurance form that I emailed. If members can also send that back to me, including copies of their IDs. The need for the copies of their passport, is that the travel agents, when they issue flight tickets, they need to look at how the names are written in order to ensure that the tickets are issued correctly with the correct names. Thank you, Chair.
No, thank you, Portia. The last thing from my side, you have not indicated to us that, example, I'm PE. Am I going to move? Am I going to be PE Johannesburg, Kenya, or I'm going to be PE Cape Town, Kenya? So that in terms of the airline and whatever, I would appreciate if you can maybe in that WhatsApp, because I'm of the view and the understanding that it is now that you are then going to make that they've responded on issues that they are to respond to. Now you are going to prepare for traveling. When do you need that information from us? Where are we going to depart from?
Thank you, Chair, for that question. Yes, thank you, Chair, for that question. I have already communicated with individual members for them to indicate where they will be traveling from. So, for example, if you are traveling from PE, then you'll travel from PE to Johannesburg. The connecting flight from Joburg to Nairobi will be from Johannesburg. And I did get some quotations, but I was still sorting out some few things with the travel agency. In terms of if members don't have a flight that will be on time for them to connect for the flight to Nairobi, then they will need to sleep over in Johannesburg on the 24th. But I'm still sorting out that with the travel agents. And once I get that information, it will be communicated to members. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, so our flights, we are all connecting from OR Tambo.
Yes, Chair.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. Thank you, honorable members. I really wanted us to be clear on some of the things. Well, will be circulated next week. I think so in terms of the weather, because we must also look into that. And also, Portia, you will check with us in terms of if there are people that are having special diets, like myself. Now I am lactose and gluten intolerant. Please note that. So my bread is to be gluten-free. I'm just making an example about that. So all those things will then in the WhatsApp group will be told next week. The advice in terms, I forget about that. When we make our pack, when we pack, don't forget your Panados, your cough mixture. We don't know what happens in this. So the issue of weather is very important so that we don't underpack, we don't overdress or underdress. Maybe it's going to be winter, make an example. So those things, it's going to be very important so that we don't become a bit challenged. I will, in our next meeting, which will be our portfolio meeting, I will take members through on how we are expected to conduct ourselves when we go on a study tour, because there's a difference between a study tour. Yes, there is that, an oversight in the study tour, but on when we go outside the Republic of South Africa, then there are some protocols that we'll just check on them if they haven't changed. If they haven't changed, then we'll take members through so that they do understand some of those protocols. Otherwise, thank you very much, honorable members. Next week, we must not forget to go, and if you miss the day, that 10 days of the yellow fever, vaccination usually becomes a problematic issue. Having said that, until we meet again next week, thank you very much. Our meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Chair.